Anyway, I said I'll make this tutorial today and they said it's very hard. I'm talking about the structure that you are seeing in front of this design, the structure you are using. They said it's very difficult. I'm asking you why. Why? When you make an ordinary bustier, my sister, come use this to make it. Sometimes 2 years of organza have made it for you. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is using organza to make it. You can use organza though, but I will advise you use organdy. Organdy is less transparent and has structure. Now, when going out to make this, please do not use the normal boning structure that you know. Ask for fishing line. Fishing line in the market, that's what you are going to ask for. Fishing line makes it to flow, except you don't want that flow in front of it. If you know you don't want that flow, then you can go ahead with the normal thin boning structure. But if you want it to have this flow effect, use fishing line. Okay, fishing line brings it out more. Okay, if you are not going, if you know you are going to be having something like a spiral flow, do you understand? Use fishing line. So let's go right into this tutorial, because I want to understand why you are going to make a beautiful sleeveless bustier and you are not designing the shoulder area. This particular style helps you design your shoulder area with no excess effort at all. With less effort, you can achieve what you want, no matter how you want. It now depends on you to form the spiral move anyhow you want, because it's a fishing line. Even without you doing anything, the fishing line will already be following your hand as you are trying to form this style. Do you understand? It's not difficult at all. I'm going to be using a very simple video that I saw somewhere, so I'm going to be explaining it for you, explaining the video for you to really understand that these things are things that you can really do on your own. All you need is fishing line, organdy. Use organdy. I am not saying organza is not going to do it well. Organza will do it, but if I'm going to be doing it, I prefer to use organdy. Organdy makes it more serious. Do you understand? The normal organza I'm seeing people using, it makes it look, but organdy, buy organdy. How many years you use? Like 2 years, 3 years has done it for you. Let's go into this tutorial. For this tutorial, organza is used. Okay, now this is the fishing line, the way it is, the way you buy it from the market. You can buy the roll if you know that you are going to be using a lot, or you tell them to measure for you. They can also measure for you. Now you place the fishing line inside the organza and fold it on. Fold it to cover the organza and fold it so that the edge of the organza will not be showing, because this is the starting part of it. Do you understand? This is going to be the starting part of it. So you stitch all through down. Okay, just like you are seeing me do in this video. You stitch it all the way down. Now, the essence of stitching this way is that you are not going to be weaving. Okay, there's no space for you to weave the edge. So just use the fishing line to start the sewing. So the way you are going to pipe the edge of your fabric while you want to start, let's assume you are making something like this that you are not using fishing line. You know you have to pipe that edge. So the way you are going to pipe that edge, pipe it, but just know that a fishing line is inside. Then you cut it out, because the fishing line comes in one straight, do you understand? One straight line. So there's no cutting. Now you go come cut them according to the length of the fabric. That if you want it to be very long, that is how you are still going to follow it like that, very, very long. Now, after you have gotten to the end of the fabric where you want the fishing line to stop, cut it out so that you still use that edge of that fishing line to go and start again. Do you understand? Now you are going to fold it again. Depends on the gap that you want in between the fishing lines. Okay, if you know you want it to look very, very thin, like what you are seeing in this video now, what you are seeing here, then that means the closeness will be very, very, it will be very close. So it depends on you. Now you know what thing you want to do. But when you want to achieve a spiral effect, I suggest that you make it to be very, very close. Okay, they sell this fabric actually in the market, but I prefer the one I do by myself because it's going to be cheaper. If you go for that one, it's going to be very expensive, but doing it yourself will be a lot cheaper. So now all you need to do is, after you have fixed the first fishing line, bend it again with this time around with the fishing line inside. Do you understand? With the fishing line inside, and then run stitch in between the two fishing lines. That is all. And this is what you are going to continue doing until you have achieved the effect that you want. Okay? After you have finished folding the first one, you know the edge of your fabric, you are supposed to weave it, right? Now we are not going to be weaving, we are going to bend it. But as you are bending it, know it that fishing line is inside. Now you stitch it all the way down. Now for you to start on the second one, bend it again with fishing line inside. Okay, bend it again with fishing line inside. Do you understand? And then stitch in between the two fishing line. You know why you're going to stitch in between the two fishing line? That is what is going to be creating the effect. Do you understand? Before you know it, just be bending it and make sure that you are holding, you pinch the fishing line and hold the fishing line, stitch and cover the fishing line, lay another fishing line inside, pinch and hold the fishing line, and like that, that's how you are going to be doing it. Do you understand? As you can see what is being done here, are you seeing it? You fix another one inside, pinch it and hold it. Do you understand? Then you place it and you stitch on top, very close to the fishing line. Okay, that this method is when you want to achieve a spiral movement. If you are going to be achieving a spiral movement, okay, I suggest that I suggest that you I suggest that if you are going to be you want to I suggest that you make the fishing lines very close. Yes, that's how to achieve it. Make it very, very close to each other. That's how to achieve it. And then you stitch. You stitch as it's being done here. Very simple, very beautiful, and straight to the point. Okay, and then you stitch. Can you see what is being done there? Just make sure you don't stitch on the fishing line. Use your finger to be guiding the fishing line so that you don't, if you stitch on the fishing line, your lines won't be straight. Do you understand? So just make sure that you use your finger to be guiding the fishing line so you don't get to stitch on top of it, and you stitch straight down. And so this is what you are going to continue doing. This is what you are going to continue doing. This is what you are going to continue doing until you achieve the inches wideness that you want. Do you understand? And then again, there's a mistake a lot of people make. Please, as you are stitching, use your finger to be stretching out the fabric so that there will be no ruffles, there will be no gathering. Because if you don't use your finger to smooth out the fabric to make it straight and flat, that ruffles that you caused will come again in the next one that you are going to be making. So before you know it, it will be already be scattered even before you finish. Can you see what I'm doing? So it depends on you how many lines you want. If you want 20 lines, 30 lines, depending on how you want your own spiral to come outside, that is what you are going to get. Then at the end of the day, place it on the fabric. Do you understand? Place it on the fabric, that the design that you have already made, and form any spiral movement that of your choice. Very simple. Very simple. The only problem is that when so many people are making, they don't use their hand to smooth out the sewing as it's going. Do you understand? Use your hand to smooth it out and make it to be very flat so that the next line will follow that smoothness. If you sew and it's gathering and gathering like that, do you understand? The next line will still carry that gather even when you're trying to smooth out, and before you know it, the whole thing will be scattered and will not look smooth like the ones you are seeing, and you'll be thinking that there's anything special that they did. There's nothing special that was done. The only thing that was done there is this thing that I've already told you. You see, and that is your spiral design, structured design. It will not lose, it will not scatter. Then when you go ahead and place it on your fabric, it's going to come out exactly the way you want it, and you will enjoy your design. You too, you are also a designer. Stop limiting yourself. Make sure that whenever you get a design that you know you don't know, bring it on and let's talk about it. Thank you guys for watching.